All right, guys, recently you might have noticed that I've started to do some price updates. We're starting to look at some prices on some cards that are moving. And I recently did a relatively high-end Michael Jordan card pricing update where we looked at 10 Michael Jordan cards that have recently set all-time records, like the highest price the cards have ever sold for. I promised I was going to do a little more attainable, a little more blue-collar version of that price check update video. And so today I've got 7 Michael Jordan cards in and around the $1,800 to $2,000 range, where the most recent sale or close to it, the most recent sale recently in the last 30, 45 days is the highest these cards have ever sold for. So essentially you've got 7 Michael Jordan cards, all graded, that have sold in the last 30 or 45 days that are at the peak of their prices throughout history. That's what today's video is. Do you guys have any of these 7 cards? Are you guys going to sell any of these 7 cards? Can you stay on the sidelines and say, I'm going to wait for these prices to come back? I don't know if they're coming back or not. 7 cards, $1,800 to $2,000 range, really hot right now. Enjoy the video. Pardon this brief interruption. I just wanted the folks that are watching to know that the Michael Jordan hierarchy posters are still available. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out the Michael Jordan hierarchy playlist on this very channel. You won't be disappointed. These posters are incredible. Over 400 have been sold. Here is an image of what the front of that poster looks like. It's branded, it's high definition, it's glossy. It's got images of well over 300 of Michael Jordan's best cards separated into tiers. Many people are using this as sort of a guideline, sort of a checklist on how they want to collect Michael Jordan basketball cards. And on the back of the poster, maybe the best kept secret, is one of the largest Michael Jordan pack odds lists in the entire world. Guys, the posters are available, over 400 sold. I have plenty of them in inventory. All of the details on how you can order these posters are included in the YouTube description to this and every video that you see on the Cajun Cardboard YouTube channel. Bryan with Cajun Cardboard, coming at you from the great state of Louisiana. As promised, I got 7 Jordan cards that are hot as a firecracker. Let's not waste any time. Let's get started. We're starting with a base card. This is the 1996 Michael Jordan number 291, that Foundations subset card. There it is on your screen. This card most recently sold without coding for $1,620. As you can see on your card ladder graph right here, that is the highest this card has ever achieved. If we sort it over the last 2 years, this is a Pop 31 card. Shout out to Reggie Miller. That's what the last 2 years look like. When you've only got 31 of them and it's a card that everybody wants to hang on to, you're talking about a card that's not going to sell as often. And we know that's a recipe for success. Jordan, yes. Rare, yes. Hard pack odds, yes. Low pop and PSA 10, yes. That's just what happens. The card doesn't show up, and when the card doesn't show up often, it tends to be the case when all those other criteria are met. It's going to sell for more than it did the last time. And so that's what you're looking at. 80% growth for this card. This card was a $900 card about 2 years ago, 23 months ago. Now it's a $1,620 card. As you can see, if we view all sales, that sale occurred on Fanatics weekly auction on December 15th, so 10 days before Christmas. That's card number 1, the 96 Finest Gold, number 291. No coding, because remember, that card comes with a coding, so it's going to be a whole separate price chart for the one with the coding. Let's talk about another card, and also not a hierarchy card. This is the 98 Upper Deck Choice Star Quest Green. There's blue, red, green, and of course Star Quest Gold, which is the crazy, super insane tier 1 rare Michael Jordan card that has pack odds in the thousands. This is the green copy right here. There's your all-time chart. Again, low pop, pop 19. There's only 19 of these out there. It's not the rarest card in the world. It's been graded 400 plus times, but you just can't get a damn PSA 10. There are 17 BGS 9s, 36 combined gems between PSA and BGS, 6% gem rate with PSA. The most recent sale was $1,749. In fact, the sale before that was only $1,500, but that was an all-time record as well back in March of last year, about 9 months ago. 8 months ago, something like that. This sale took place on eBay. It was a fixed price offer that was accepted. $1,749 is the new all-time record for this Upper Deck Choice StarQuest Green, and that was just last week, July 5th. Next, we've got a 1996 Flair Showcase Row Zero. Again, not serial numbered, not a legacy collection, not a PSA 10. This is just the ho-hum 1996 Flair Showcase Row Zero base card. And this card in a PSA 9 sold for $3,499 at a fixed price on eBay from Top of the Line Supply. That was the seller. They have a 2,422 feedback. I don't know, guys. This is one of those deals where you look at it, it destroyed 2021 prices. This is the last time this card sold in the PSA 9 was in December, and it sold for $2,000, and now we're going to jump another full, almost $1,500. I don't know. This is one I would keep it in the holster. Let's be on standby. Let's be on the ready. Let's be vigilant. Let's see if this was a real sale. I don't know so much about that. If we look at date sold, like I said, that's an awfully big jump. In 2024, this was a consistent $1,800 to $2,000 card, and then to jump all the way to $3,500, I don't know if I'm buying that sale, guys. I don't know if I'm buying that sale, so let's just relax on this one and see where it goes. Next, we've got an Ultra Abilities starter. This is, remember, there's the Ultra Abilities starter, All-Star, and then I think Superstar is what the big brother is called. This is the Ultra Abilities starter. So this is the base copy, right? And this is a PSA 10, but it's a rare PSA 10 because it's very difficult to grade. This is a Pop 28 card. It just broke an all-time record, as all these other cards have that we're talking about right now. This card's been graded 392 times. It is a Pop 28. The last sale in June of last year was an all-time record at $1,200. This one jumps all the way to $1,890. This sale occurred on Fanatics Weekly as well, in a Fanatics Weekly auction on January 5th. Like I said, the last two sales have both been all-time records. This is a card that is clearly on the uptick. If we look at the card over the last 2 years, again, what is that recipe? Yes, Jordan. Yes, Hierarchy. Yes, PSA 10. Yes, low pop. And yes, it doesn't sell very often. 3 sales in the last 2 years, resulting in 170% growth to the most recent sale of $1,890. So all-time record there for your Ultra Abilities. 3 more cards to go. Let's talk about the Power Palette. This is the 1995 Hoops Power Palette. Yeah, it looks a lot like the Skyview Alien Jordan with that freaky face on there. May or may not be him. We don't know. We'll never know. This card most recently sold for $1,924, exceeding the all-time record that was broken, that was actually set on eBay in 2022. This card is a lot more rare than people realize. This card should be worth more. I think this card, the recent sale of $1,924, I don't think that's enough. I think the card should be worth more than that. And I don't say that very often because cards have run so much, specifically the PSA 10s. But this card's even more rare than I think most people realize. The problem is the Skyviews out there, which people care more about. And it's just kind of, the card in itself has got that, Essential Credentials feel to it with that window pane and Natural Born Thrillers window pane in the background kind of deal. But it's just an ugly image of Jordan, as you guys saw. But it's a Pop 28. There's only 6 BGS 9.5s, 5% and 4% gem rate, respectively, between PSA and BGS. This card broke the all-time record. Excuse me. Energy drink coming up. Broke the all-time record that was set back in 2022. So 1924 is the new number to beat on this card again. Everything about the card's great except Jordan's face is not great. And all-time record for the Power Palette right there. Sort of the forgotten fraternal twin brother of the Skyview. 1997 Fleer Soaring Stars, but this is the high-flying parallel. You can tell because the text of Soaring Stars has got that black font, and because it says high flying on it, and because it looks different than the ordinary Soaring Stars. I've got this one pulled up. This PSA 10 copy most recently broke the all-time record on December 16th, 9 days before Christmas, when it sold for $2,045. The card then substantiated that sale 13 days later, which is about 13 days prior to this video, selling for $2,000 again. So twice the card has sold for $2,000 or more, both of those times in the last month. Here you go. Those are the two highest price Soaring Stars high flying ever sold. Again, much more rare in PSA 10 than the Soaring Stars normal insert, right? Tougher pack odds, just different card entirely. This one's been graded 523 times, only 61 PSA 10s, 16% gem rate. It's not too hard for you to go out and find a BGS 9.5 version of this card, but the PSA 10 all-time high broken twice in December. And then lastly, we're going to a ho-hum refractor. This ain't an atomic. This is just an ordinary yeoman's blue-collar Bowman's Best refractor number 60. A lot of people bitch about this because they're like, why in God's name, Bowman's Best, would you put a basketball covering about 40% of the card, blocking the image of the players in the background? Like, why? Why did you do it? A lot of people don't like it. Well, somebody likes it because they paid $2,227 for this card in December, breaking the all-time record that was set in September of last year. Again, it sold in December, so it's come down from that December 8th all-time record of $2,227. It sold on Fanatics Weekly for $1,800. So I'm thinking the price of this card, the value of this card is probably more in the $1,800 range, but an all-time record was broken on December 8th when it was sold by Four Sharp Corners, one of the biggest consigners in the world on eBay. 2,227 is the new number for that card. Not the rarest card in the world, but it's only been graded 313 times. So this card's been graded significantly less than the Soaring Stars High Flying has been graded. And you know how people are with Jordan refractors. They love Jordan refractors. Atomics, yes, but even the refractors are big-time cards, even from Bowman's Best, which is, again, I'm not going to say they're cheap. It's selling for $2,000, but this is probably the lowest end refractor you could possibly go find for a Jordan card from the Bulls playing years in the 90s. And it's got a pop of 32. And this card, shout out to Magic Johnson, and this card has an 18% gem rate. So between PSA and BGS, you're looking at just shy of 100 gem copies out there, but all-time record broken in December last month. So that's it, guys. That's the end of the video. Just wanted to share 7 cards, Michael Jordan cards, not all PSA 10s, not all hierarchy cards, not all high-end cards. I wanted to share those cards that are sort of attainable. These cards were in the $17 to maybe $2,000, $2,100 range. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Just keeping your fingers on the pulse of what is going on in the Michael Jordan card collecting hobby from an investment perspective, or maybe from a collector perspective. If you don't own these cards yet and you're just looking to get in, you got to make some serious choices considering how much they apparently are running in recent months. Thank you guys as always for watching. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby, and peace.